Strat-O-Matic network. Very, very, very anxious and depressed, but trying to plow through and stay busy. And it's the final game of April 20 in our 1968 replay. And it's a classic matchup between Jenkins of the Cubs and Bob Gibson of the St. Louis Cardinals, the world champion St. Louis Cardinals. Cubs are in first place, off to a hot start. They're 7-1. St. Louis off to a slow start, 2-7. It will be the right-hander Ferguson Jenkins. He's 1-1. He has the only loss for the Cubs. He was 20-15 in real world. And Gibson is 1-1. A 1.12 ERA. He was 22-9. Let's look at our opening lineups for the Chicago Cubs. Leading off and playing shortstop, Don Kessinger. Batting second at second base, Glenn Beckert. Batting third in left field, Billy Williams. Batting cleanup at third, Ron Santo. Batting fifth at first base, Ernie Banks. Batting sixth in right field, Lou Johnson. Batting seventh and catching, Randy Hundley. Batting eighth in center, Adolfo Phillips. And pitching and batting ninth, Ferguson Jenkins. Again, 1-1 on the season. Right-hander. For the home team, St. Louis Cardinals. Leading off in left field, Lou Brock. Batting second in center, Kurt Flood. Batting third in right field, Bobby Tolan. Batting fourth at first base, Orlando Cepeda. Batting fifth and catching, Tim McCarver. Batting sixth at third base, Mike Shannon. Batting seventh at second base, Julian Javier. Batting eighth at shortstop, Dal Maxville. And pitching and batting ninth, the right-hander, again, 1-1 on the season, Bob Gibson, with that 1.12 ERA. The Cubs won this game in real world 5-1, denoted right here on the bottom left. And I saw that Gibson, both pitchers went all the way. Gibson allowed 3 earned runs, 2 unearned runs. And in just a moment, we expect the Cardinals to take the field. And the Cardinals do take the field. Here's Bob Gibson on the mound, taking his warm-ups and leading it off is shortstop Don Kessinger, switch hitter batting left. Okay, Gibson is ready. Here's the windup and the pitch to Kessinger. 2-8 right-handed, grounds it to second for Julian, and he throws to Cepeda, 1 out. Now the batter is Glenn Beckert. He had a 294 average, pretty good for 68. Here's Gibson now. 3-11, grounds it to short for Maxville, and he fires it to Cepeda, 2 outs. And here's Billy Williams, left-handed hitter, facing Gibson. 2-4, it's hit deep by Williams, way back into right field, and it's gone. A home run by Billy Williams. And the Cubs get out ahead 1-0. Again, 2-4, and that's a clean home run. Williams hit 30 in real world with a 288 average. We enter our home runs in real time. For Williams, that's his second home run of the season. Two outs, nobody on, and Ron Santo the batter. 1-0 Cubs. Pitch to Santo, 2-11 right-handed, grounds it to third for Shannon, and he throws it to first, and the side is retired. But 1 run on the home run by Billy Williams, his second of the season. And after a half an inning, it's Chicago 1, St. Louis is coming up. Here's Jenkins on the mound. Lou Brock will lead it off. Pitch to Brock, 2-5. Triple 1-2. It's a double for Brock. Stand up double to lead it off. Brock is on. Here's Kurt Flood now. From the stretch, Jenkins. 4-5, right-handed, grounds it to short A. Kessinger throws it to Banks at first, and Brock holds. So it's one away. And here's Tolan. Pitch from Jenkins. 4-11, left-handed ballpark slash. I forgot to put in the ballpark ratings. This is in St. Louis. Left-handed singles 1, right-handed 6, left-handed home runs 1, right-handed 4. So on a 4-11 ballpark slash, left-handed liner to second, and that's caught by Becker, 2 outs. And here's Orlando Cepeda in a clutch situation. Pitch to Cepeda, 3-9, flies it to left, and Williams makes the catch, and the side is retired. No runs. One hit, the leadoff double by Brock. He was left on. After one, it's Chicago 1, St. Louis nothing. Here's Gibson now. Ernie Banks leads it off. The pitch, 1-6, lines it to third, right at Shannon, 1 out. Now Lou Johnson. Gibson winds and deals. That's a 1-4 ballpark slash. Right-hander 1-6. It goes through for a base hit for Johnson. 1-17. 1-15 being held. It's going for the lead. Whoa. It's a possible balk. Gibson has a 0 balk rating. He gets a lead on a 7, 1-15. Does not get the lead. Here's Hundley at the plate. Gibson throws 6-4 right-handed, flies to center X. Flood a 1-8. 11-1 E8 roll for Flood. E8-6. Oh, 2-base error. That's second and third now with 1 out. Here's Adolfo Phillips now. Infield is back. Pitch to Phillips, 3-2, hit him. That loads the bases for Jenkins. Infield playing back for the double. Six, 7, right-handed, struck him out. 2 down. And here's Kessinger. The pitch from Gibson. 6-6, flies to center. And this time Flood makes the catch. And the side is retired. No runs for the Cubs. They had second and third, 1 out. They had bases loaded, 1 out. And Gibson got out of it. We head to the bottom of the second. Here's Jenkins. Tim McCarver leads it off for St. Louis. 5-8, left-handed, grounds it to second X. Beckert, 120. 12. E20. That's a 1-base error for Beckert. We had no errors in our game earlier this morning. Now there's 2 errors. Keeping an eye on this. McCarver is on first. Here's Mike Shannon now. Two, 4 right-handed, grounds it to second, and McCarver will advance. 1 out, McCarver in scoring position, and Julian Javier is the batter. Possible wild pitch. 1-4, Jenkins. Pitch to Julian, 5-12, right-handed, grounds it to second X. Again, Beckert, 120. That is a complete re-roll. .58, right-handed, base hit left field. McCarver rounding third. This is going to be a tough call. 1 to 12, 1 to 13. He's going to come home. Here's the throw. And he's thrown out. Javier goes to second on the throw. A beautiful throw by Billy Williams to get McCarver at the plate. Now Dal Maxfield, the batter. It's a possible balk or wild pass ball. Possible balk, 1 rating on Jenkins. Oh, it's a balk. So Javier on third, 2 outs. Maxfield at the plate. 1-9, and there is a clutch. That is a non-clutch. That is a clutch reversal. A 1-9 right-handed clutch reversal, pops it up, too short, and the side is retired. So it's no runs, 1 hit. An error, and 1 left on after McCarver was thrown out at the plate. After 2 innings, it's 1-0 Chicago. Okay, here's Gibson now. Glenn Becker to lead it off. Cubs 1, St. Louis 0. Top of the 3rd. 4-9 right-handed struck him out. Second strikeout for Gibson. 268 strikeouts in 305 innings in real world. Here's Billy Williams now. One 6 right-handed base hit Williams. He homered in the first. Now he singles. Williams 1 to 16, 1 to 4, not being held. And here's Ron Santo now. Pitch from Gibson, 3-10. Ballpark blast by Santo. Deep to left. Back goes Brock. He makes the catch. 2 outs. Now here's Ernie Banks. 2 outs. Williams on first. Pitch from Gibson, 2-10. That's a ballpark blast. And that's deep to left. 1 to 4 home run, 11 on the 20 die. And another catch at the warning track by Williams. The side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, the single by Williams. And we move to the bottom of the 3rd. Gibson leads it off. Here's Jenkins now. Two, 4. Off Gibson's own card, base hit. So Gibson is on. He's a 1-15 running. You know, I don't know. I think they... No. They lowered the mound. I'm sorry. Let me retract that. They lowered the mound for 69. And I believe that's true. Kathy asks, hi, how many inches did they lower the mound? I'm sure that's on Google somewhere. So Gibson is on. He's a 1-15 running. Here's Brock now. It made a big difference between 68 and 69. I think they had raised it. I don't know if the year they raised it. Here's the pitch to Brock. 5-5 left-handed, struck him out. First strikeout for Jenkins. Now here's Kurt Flood. Pitch to Flood. 3-7. Fly ball left. And Williams makes the catch, 2 outs. And here's Bobby Tolan, left-handed hitter. .39 right-handed, grounds it to first. And Banks will take it to the bag, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, the leadoff single by Gibson. I don't know, Kathy. I don't know the full details. I think that's what happened. They raised it back. Yeah, that's my guess. Okay. When you actually they lowered it. I'm getting all confused here. They lowered it for 69. The higher the mound, of course, the more advantage for the pitcher. So they lowered it. Yeah, you check, you let us know the details. But my guess is between 68 and 69, they lowered the mound for 69. Well, it's a 1-0 ball game, and here's Jeffrey Guterman, your, I guess we should call myself depressed Strat-O-Matic gamer. Here's Gibson now. Lou Johnson leading it off. 1-0 Cubs, top of the 4th. 3-11 right-handed, struck him out. 3rd strikeout for Gibson. Now Randy Hundley, the batter. 3-7, fly to center. And Flood makes the catch, 2 outs. And now the batter is Adolfo Phillips. Gibson into his windup. 6-7 right-handed struck him out. And that is the fourth strikeout for Gibson. We're in the middle of the fourth. It's 1-0 Cubs on the home run by Billy Williams. Wow. Thank you, Demos, for that information. That's a huge pickup. Okay, Jenkins takes the mound. Leading it off, Orlando Cepeda. Do you know the year that they lowered it? They raised it? It wasn't always 15, was it? They raised it at one point. I think after the 61 season, when there was this explosive hitting, attributed in part, and 62, to expansion. Here's Jenkins. Pitch to Cepeda, 5-4 right-handed, catcher X. Hundley, 1-5. 11-1. E5 roll. E5-3. That's going to be a two-base. E5-3. That's going to be a one-base error. By Hundley. Another error. Incentivizing me to use the... Wow. Super advanced. God. Thank you, Andrew, for that information. Here's McCarver now. And the pitch, 1-8, right-handed, base hit. Cepeda goes to third, 2 asteroids. And now Mike Shannon. Infield back for the double. And they ward off a big inning. Oops. Here's the pitch to Shannon. 6-11. Single 1-8. That's a liner to short, 1 out. Now here's Julian Javier. Pitch from Jenkins, 2-6 right-handed, single 1-6. It's a 7. It's a liner to short, caught beautifully by Kessinger, 2 outs. Now Dal Maxfield, the batter. .6-4 right-handed, struck him out. Second strikeout for Jenkins. It's no runs. The error, the single, and 2 were left on. I'm going to refill my coffee, take a break for 2 or 3 minutes. I'll be back. It's 1-0 Cubs. This is the Strat-O-Matic Network. and thank you for waiting. I just had a pretty profound insight about my depression and anxiety. And that is to stop giving too much of a shit, so much of a shit about the things that concern me. If I could only get into that mindset. Okay, we're heading to the top of the fifth. It's a 1-0 game, 3 errors already. 2 for the Cubs, 1 for the Cards. Here's Gibson. And Jenkins leads it off. He struck out in the second. Oh. 4-4. Right-handed. That's a catcher X for Hundley again. Not Hundley, McCarver this time. 216. (14-2) pops out to Hundley. Now Kessinger. 0 for 2. 1-7, flies it to center. And Flood under it makes the catch, 2 outs. Now here's Glenn Beckert. (6-9). Right-handed grounds it to short X. That's Maxville 225. Another chance for an error. 225, 15-2. He gets to the ball and throws it to Cepeda at first, a 1-2-3 inning. Gibson has retired 8 in order now. The mounds look flat to me when you look at old photographs from the dead ball era. I could be wrong, but that would favor the hitters. Here's Jenkins now, and it's Gibson leading it off. Bottom of the fifth, 1-0 Cubs. 4-6, right-handed, flies it to right, and Lou Johnson is there to make the catch, 1 out. Now here's Lou Brock. Pitch to Brock, 6-7, left-handed, walked him. So Brock is on a possible stealing situation. He's 1-19, 1-17, 1-15 being held with Jenkins. Kurt Flood, the batter. He's not going. Here's the pitch to Flood. 3-11 struck him out. Third strikeout for Jenkins. And here's Tolan. You're right about that, baseball. Demo says, I guess in terms of pitching mounds, size matters. Pitch to Tolan. 4-8 left-handed, flies it to center, the shit in the inning. Adolfo Phillips makes the catch, and the side is retired. So it's 1-0 after 5. Top of the 6th, Gibson on the mound. And here comes Williams, 2 for 2. He hit the home run in the first to make it 1-0 is where it stands. And then a single left on in the third. Here's Gibson now. Pitch to Williams, 1-5. Flies it to right. And Tolan is there to make the catch, 1 out. Now Santo. One 8 single 1 to 16. It goes through for a base hit for Santo. Santo on first, 1 out. Here's Banks. Pitch from Gibson. 1-7 right-handed, struck him out. 5th strikeout for Gibson, 2 away. And the batter is Lou Johnson. .510 right-handed, struck him out. 6th strikeout for Gibson today. And we head to the bottom of the 6th in a 1-0 ball game. Here's Jenkins now. Cepeda leads it off. 6-7 right-handed, struck him out. 4th for Jenkins. Tim McCarver, the batter. 4-6 left-handed, flies it to left for Williams. Makes the catch, 2 outs. And Mike Shannon comes up to the plate. .15 struck him out. 5th strikeout for Jenkins, and we are in a pitcher's duel as we enter the later innings. Top of the 7th, 1-0 on the Billy Williams home run in the first. Here's Gibson now. Hundley leading it off. 0 for 2, reached on the 2-base error by Flood. Don't give too much of a shit, please. Here's Hundley leading it off. One seven right-handed, flies it to left. And Brock is under it, 1 out. And here's Adolfo Phillips. Six five right-handed, struck him out. Number 7 for Gibson. And now Jenkins, the batter. Five eight right-handed, grounder to second X. That's for Julian, 219. 11-2, E19. Way too many freaking errors. 219-12, he throws him out. At least that's my sense. We move to the bottom of the 7th. Here's Jenkins, bottom third of the order. Julian leads it off. Three seven right-handed, flies it to center, and Phillips makes the catch, 1 out. Now down Maxfield, the batter. 3-7 right-handed, grounds it to short, and Kessinger throws him out. 2 outs, and here's Gibson. 4-8 right-handed, struck him out. Number 6 for Jenkins, and a 1-2-3 inning. Boy, this game went speedy. Relatively. Already the top of the 8th, Kessinger leading it off. He's 0 for 3. 5-8, switch hitter batting left, grounds to second X. Javier, 219. 18-2, throws him out. One away. And here's Beckert, 0 for 3. Six-five right-handed, struck him out. Number 8 for Gibson. And here's Williams. Williams, 2 for 3 with the home run. 4-6, left-handed, double 1 to 10. It's a base hit for Williams. 3 for 4 today. Oh. Oh. Okay, Gibson. His first endurance is the 9th. So is Jenkins. Pitch to Williams, 2-2. Grounds it to first. And Cepeda takes it to the bag. The side is retired. No runs, 1 hit. The single by Williams left on. We move to the bottom of the 8th. Here's Jenkins, top of the order. Lou Brock leads it off. Pitch to Brock, 1-3, grounds it to short for Kessinger. He fires it to Banks, 1 out. Now Kurt Flood. Flood 0 for 3 today. 1-8, and there's a base hit for Flood. 1-15, 1-13. Borderline cool. Being held. 1-11. And Bobby Tolan steps in. Tolan 0 for 3. Possible balk or a pass ball. Possible balk, 1 on Jenkins out of 20. And the pitch, 5-7, left-handed double, 1-9. It's a double for Tolan. Flood rounds second, goes to third, and holds. It was 2 asteroids. Second and third, 1 out. Infield playing it in. Here's Orlando Cepeda. Oh, shit. Oh, Christ. The pitch to Cepeda. 4-12 right-handed, grounds it to third A with the infield in. Second and third, runners will hold. So it's 2 outs. And here's Tim McCarver. Clutch situation. Pitch to McCarver, 4-11, left-handed. That's a ballpark slash. And that will be lined to second. And the side is retired. No runs, 2 hits, and both left on. We've gone 8. 1-0 on the home run by Billy Williams. Here's Gibson in his first endurance inning. And Ron Santo, Ernie Banks, I'm sorry, leading it off. Pitch to Banks. 2-4, grounds it to Maxville at short. 1 out. Now Lou Johnson. Cubs looking to increase their lead to a full game. They're 7-1 in this early stage of the season. Pitch to Johnson, 5-6, right-handed, struck him out. 9th strikeout for Gibson. Both pitchers very tough today. Pitch to Hundley, 1-4, flies it to right. And Tolan makes the catch. We're heading to the bottom of the 9th. This is it for St. Louis. Jenkins in his first endurance inning. Shannon, Javier, and Maxville to bat. 5-5. Struck him out. 7th strikeout for Jenkins. Here's Julian Javier. .6'9", right-handed, 111, base hit Javier. So Javier, the tying run, 1-17, 1-15 being held. And we're gonna go for broke here. We're gonna go for the lead. 1-15. He gets the lead on a 7, then he has to go. 1-15, gets the lead, let's see. Maxville at the plate, here's the pitch, and there goes Julian, and he is safe. So Julian steals second to put him in scoring position with 1 out to tie up this ball game. Here's Maxville now. Pitch from Jenkins. 3-9 struck him out. That's the 8th strikeout. And Jenkins 1 hit away from his second win and putting the Cubs error check T rating. Whoa. We have a replay mode. Thanks for the reminder, Joel. I'll tell you. Shannon, Javier, and Maxville. Right-handed, 111, base hit Javier. So Javier, he gets the lead on a 7, then he has to go. 1-15, gets the lead, let's see. Maxville at the plate, here's the pitch, and there goes Julian, and he is safe. So he's it's a 1, and I have to be more cognizant of that. Errors are built into the replay, by the way. But we're going to look at the T rating here. On Hundley. On the stolen base. Hundley T rating 1-6. No error. And now there will be a hitter. Thank you, Joel. I got to be more cognizant of that. Dick Schofield pinch hit in this game, real world. .220 hitter, switch hitter. Maris is hurt. We'll have to go with Schofield. Okay, it's 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. Tying run on second, Javier. Very good quality assurance guy, absolutely. Okay, Jenkins. The pitch to Schofield. 3-8, single one to 4. Oh, a liner to second. Caught by Beckert, and the game is over. 1-0 game. Cubs 1, Cards nothing. My recap in just a minute. A shutout by Jenkins. And there you have it. Chicago Cubs, 1 run, 5 hits, 2 errors. Cardinals out hitting the Cubs and losing. No runs, 7 hits, 1 error. Jenkins the win, he's 2-1 now. Gibson the loss, he's 1-2. And look, Gibson had a 1.12 ERA. He only allowed 1 run. Unfortunately, Jenkins was really, really on his game, even with runners on base. Throughout the game at various points, he threw the shutout. I'm going to enter this one in the books. I want to thank everybody for being here as I enter this in the books. Thank you to Demos. Joel Horland, thank you as always. Kathy Harden, Andrew White. And everybody else in the Strat-O-Matic network who was here. Cardinals off to a rough lead, 2-8. Makes it interesting. This will conclude the game scheduled for April 20, and I will be posting the updated standings along with doing these statistics. This was game 88. Chicago wins it. They are now 8-1. Quite a start. St. Louis loses 2-8. 6 1/2 out. They've lost 4 in a row. 2-8, 8-1. Oh, that's 2, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And everybody else. Whoops. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10. Eight, 15, 25, 27, 31, 32, 34, 35, 38, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 24, 6, 40, 40, 80, 8. Let's make sure the standings are all correct. Look at that, the Cubs. I don't know if you all can see that. Pretty well. Six, 13. Check out this. Detroit, 2, 3, 4. California, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That'll do it. Let's go to the posts. Here are the standings through April 20. And there they are. I'll take a good look at them. Oh, I guess that's hard to see. There's the National League. St. Louis off to a rocky start, 2-8 in last place. Cubs off to a hot lead, 8-1. Houston doing well, 7-2. Mets are 5-4 in the National League. Minnesota 6-2 with a half-game lead. White Sox 1-6 in last. Now I will enter the individual stats for this game. Chicago. Jenkins with a win, 2-1. 26.1 innings. 8 earned runs. The 1 run batted in was Billy Williams. Kessinger 04. Flood 1-4. I'm sorry, Beckert 04. Williams 3-4. Santo 1-4. Banks 04. Johnson 1-4. Hundley 04. Phillips 02. Okay, for St. Louis. Gibson with a tough loss. Brock 1-4. Flood 1-4. Tolan 1-4. Got his first hit. He's 1 for 12. Cepeda 04. Cepeda 04. Shit. Oh, shit. I saved these. Oh. Cepeda 04. I did Tolan 1-4. Yeah. Very valuable to have that as a backup. McCarver 1-4. Shannon 04. Javier 2-4. Maxville 04. Schofield 01. And that'll do it. email this to myself again. Okay. And that takes care of that. We move now to game 89, which would be the first game of April 21. And I'm going to go ahead and try a setup for this game. In case anybody's interested. No assurance that I'll play it, but I'm going to set it up. Wonder if this would be a good angle to play. I don't think so. According to the schedule, on the 21st, Cleveland at Boston, the final game of a 3-game series. Here it is. Cleveland won the first and the second game of this series over Boston. Kathy would be happy about that. Cleveland won this one 7-0. They're not a bad team this year. McDowell and Culp. McDowell went all the way. Relievers used in real world: Stange, Bell, and Lyle. I think I'll just end this broadcast and maybe I'll set this game up. Okay, thanks everybody for being here.